5 years after the victory against Piccolo, we finally see Son Goku again. I would like to say, but first we see our friend and helper from the neighborhood, the big farmer, who meets Raditz. A strange guy who landed with a capsule on the ground. Raditz Gouda left the farmer a fighting power of 5. But that was only because Raditz Gouda could not perceive what was going on with the farmer. So, he takes the ball from the farmer, and shoots back and kills him. But of course, the farmer only played it because he didn't want to hurt Raditz, that's for sure. After that, Raditz flies to Piccolo to find a man named Kakarot. By the way, I think Piccolo really waited 5 years on this mountain for something to happen again, and otherwise he didn't do anything. Piccolo's fighting power of 322 doesn't hurt Raditz's magical bone here, and that's why he goes straight on. Kakarot. Back at the Kame house, we quickly learn that Bulma is no longer together with Yamashita. I wonder how Yamashita managed to get rid of that, because now he's practically homeless. Then we get to know the little 4-year-old Gohan, who doesn't remember Kid Goku at all. That's probably because of the strong Chi-Chi gene. Raditz then shows up and clears Goku up a bit, but before he gets completely out of the language, Krillin first gets a scar from the brand Saiyajin. On Raditz's question of whether Kakarot has fallen on the head as a child, Goku only answered with the fact that he is not called Kakadingsbums. But yes, Goku fell on his head. Later Toriyama remembers that abalone is more about Goku being a good Saiyajin from the core, but that with a head still plays a role, so don't worry. The cat is out of the bag. Raditz is Goku's brother, and the two of them are Saiyajins. Raditz then tells Goku that he should actually destroy the Earth. Toriyama also remembers that Raditz didn't know that Bardock and Giant sent the little Kakarot away because of the clothes. Raditz then takes Son Gohan and sets Goku the ultimatum that he should kill 100 people by tomorrow and then go to Rob with the Saiyajins. So that he can get Son Gohan back. Then Raditz also goes with Son Gohan. Krillin and Butaroshi want to help Goku, but Kami says Shenlong doesn't do half the job, which means he doesn't do the same twice. Ergo, another death from him would be final. After that, Krillin was immediately clear that he would die, and man, Krillin is really sorry to me. Then Piccolo gets up and gets together with Son Goku. As a pretext that Raditz would disturb him with his great world domination that he has eluded for 5 years. As it should be. With the help of the Dragon Radar, they can cast off Son Gohan's Dragon Ball and put on their socks. 70. That was still a great number as a comparison back then. But he's in the Saiyajin capsule. By the way, Goku also has a fighting power of 334. But after Goku and Piccolo took off their clothes with weight that they were wearing to flex, Piccolo went up to 408 and Goku went up to 416. The fight starts, and from a retrospective point of view, I think it's just incredible how a fight against Raditz looks like you would fight against Jiren today. You notice here enormously because of the shock that Goku had to suffer, i.e. with his origin, and that Raditz is his brother, they let him act as if alternately. He is afraid, and when he finds out that there are other Saiyans who are much stronger, he is even more afraid. Piccolo and Son Goku are hopeless, and Piccolo loses an arm and decides not to let him grow up for the time being. Why ever? Piccolo then uses the Mekanku Sappo, or in German Holland Spiral, or in English Special Beam Cannon. Boy, what did the Amos think of their name? It definitely ignites. Piccolo's fighting power then rises over 1030. Goku holds Raditz, even if his attacks and Kamehameha have no effect. And just before the death of Son Goku, Piccolo shoots his Hell Spiral with a power of 1330 on Raditz. But well, Raditz turns out to be nothing. But then Son Goku takes the weakness of Raditz's monkey tail off. Piccolo ignites another Hell Spiral. Raditz then turns from the evil brother to the nice brother within 2 seconds, and Goku falls on it. Then Son Goku crashes, and I think, man, my tip from last time hurt. But that definitely hurt more. Because Raditz torments Goku, Son Gohan climbs out of the Saiyajin capsule to help his dad. With a fighting power of 1307, he gives Raditz a good blow on the chest armor. Son Gohan then becomes powerless. Goku holds Raditz tight, and it comes to the last spiral of hell. Piccolo then lets Raditz know that the Dragon Balls give the wishes. So Vegeta and Nappa also get some of it, and Raditz laughs Piccolo and Goku out, because the two will be on the Earth in less than a year to extinguish them. Piccolo then gives Raditz the rest, and we see the brown-haired Vegeta with Nappa. Apart from the Dragon Balls, Vegeta and Nappa want to get a lot of women from the Earth pregnant to generate super fighters like Gohan, because they would be genetically. Meanwhile, Son Goku makes his way to Master Kao on foot to train for a year, and flying would be mobile. so he has to cope with the snake race on foot. To prove to Son Gohan that he has strong inner strength, Piccolo decides to throw the 4-year-old against a mountain. To Piccolo's luck, Son Gohan overcame the whole thing by accident, and the youth office is not alarmed for now. But then Piccolo leaves Gohan alone for 6 months, so that he learns to survive. So Son Gohan lands on a high mountain, and spends the night there. But at the nightly twinkling, he saw the moon, which was restored after mutant Raafey destroyed it. He becomes a werewolf, and Piccolo solves it by destroying the moon another time, and cutting off Gohan's monkey tail. I really wonder how Saiyans will go to the hairdresser here. Hey, you're only on 2 and monkey tail on 0. Thanks, brother. Bulma Scouter is also finished, and mutant Raafey's combat power of 193 is released, as well as Krillin's of 206. After that, Chi-Chi gets a nervous breakdown, because she hears that Son Gohan is chilling with the demons Piccolo. Krillin, Tetsunan, Yamashita, Shozu and Yajirobe then make their way to God, to train there for 6 months. Son Goku is also still on his way to Master KO. So for 6 months. And since Son Gohan's tail is gone, he cuts the Dino off again and again. By the way, we'll see the Dino again in Dragon Ball Super years later. After 6 months, the real combat training for Son Gohan begins, and Sengoku has arrived at Master KO. But he first thinks that Banana is Master KO, and therefore draws a very nice monkey theater. But Son Goku's joke art was able to convince the real Master KO, and the training on the planet with 10 times higher gravity can now begin. The training is 158 days long, as the first task is to catch bananas, and no, Gregory wasn't in the manga. It was only in the anime. After 40 days, Son Goku definitely did it, and finally the day has come. The Saiyans arrive, a month earlier than expected. Goku was made alive, and makes his way to the Snake World once again, but this time, according to Master KO, it should only take 2 days, and Master KO secretly places his symbol on the back of Goku's new suit. Arrived, Nappa and Vegeta pulverize a whole city. Piccolo then learns from Nappa and Vegeta that he is a Namekian, so not a demon, but an alien. Tetsunan, Yamchu and Chozu also join in, and the 6 plant men set up the 6 Z fighters. The old Vegeta, Yamchu then also fights and slays a plant man, which is taken to his head, and the end of the song is that he dies, and a meme is created, which on all eternity in the internet is paths. Krillin thinks that Yamchu had a bad premonition, and therefore wanted to fight to protect Krillin, but no, believe me, Yamchu just wanted to be cool, nothing more. Well, for that Krillin makes the rest of the plant men flat, except for one that Piccolo does everything. The fight against Nappa can finally begin. The fight doesn't take 3 seconds, and already Tenshinhan loses his arm. After Tenshinhan's break, Chozu also switches on and explodes on Nappa's back, and thus saves the Earth. Little fun, the explosion was for nothing. Chozu died for nothing because Nappa didn't even scratch. Piccolo and Krillin then do a tag team action. But Son Gohan is not ready and misses his attack. Tenshinhan's Kiku Cannon was no longer an attack, but more of a suicide command. Before Nappa can kill the rest, Vegeta wants to wait 3 hours to see what's going on with Kakarot. If he can really be a challenge, and he wants to settle for the Saiyans. 3 hours later. The 3 hours have passed, and it's time for the showdown, since Goku hasn't appeared yet. But Goku has just arrived and then makes his way to the battlefield together with 2 magical bones. But until then, Piccolo, Krillin and Gohan have to fight. The plan was to use Nappa's monkey tail as a weak point, but unlike Raditz, he trained his monkey tail, so it goes backwards. Gohan is killed by Nappa, and Krillin almost managed to kill Nappa with an energy disc, which went very, very close next to it. So, props to Krillin. Before Krillin died because his attack went next to it, Piccolo was able to save him again, and Vegeta laughs his ass off, literally as if he were watching apes in the enclosure. When Nappa and Vegeta noticed that Goku was on his way, they didn't do half the job. Gohan can then block the attack from Nappa, but the energy beam would have killed him. But the evil demon Piccolo goes in between to save his protector from Gohan from death, with the warm words that Gohan was the first one to come to him. Piccolo says goodbye, and together with him, the Dragon Balls, and Kami. Gohan's Masenko, with a power of 2,300 then goes straight to Nappa, but he can still defend it that way. Jino Jun saves Gohan, and Goku finally shows up. Son Goku then feeds Krillin and Gohan with magic beans and avoids the attacks, because Son Goku already had the Ultra Instinct back. Then Goku's fighting power then increases to 8,000. Yes, not 9,000, so not over 9,000, but to 8,000. I don't know why the amateurs did that either. Don't ask me why. It was just remember. So Goku then fucks up a couple on the running tape, and always gives his comrades a slap in the face. Also, Nappa's attack with his Gamma Fingers doesn't help Goku, he's just too fast, as well as the Puke Beam, it just doesn't show any effect. Vegeta wants to change. Nappa therefore still attacks Backless One and Krillin, but Goku's Kaioken shows Papa Nappa who the Baba is, and Vegeta then takes care of the garbage, so he kills Nappa. Goku and Vegeta then change the battlefield. Because Goku wants to protect the corpses of his comrades, and the iconic fighting position of the two Saiyans takes place. Vegeta also calls Goku a miscarriage here, but Goku isn't interested in that at all. Vegeta is over the top for Goku at first, but then Goku shows however, after a short use, Son Goku realizes that the Kaioken alone will not be enough. So Son Goku tries, with a triple Kaioken, even if his body would be destroyed. With the number 21,000, Boomer Scouter breaks down when he scanned the power of Goku. With a triple Kaioken there was a really nice rip-off for Vegeta, and Vegeta even says that Goku's fighting power is higher than his own. Vegeta then says that he is the best in the whole universe. And yes, I'm curious what Frieza thinks about it. With a fighting power of 530,000 in the first form that he comes, and Bidis, we don't need to talk about that. So Vegeta ignored some facts in the statement, but everything about his time. Anyway, the Galligan hits the Kamehameha, and with the Kamehameha and the quadruple Kaioken, Goku manages to defeat Vegeta. But he is tough as always and therefore comes back with an artificial mini-mouth of a load of 17 million Xenon and becomes. Gohan and Krillin get it, and decide to go back to Son Goku to help him. Vegeta is now 10 times as strong and Goku understands for the first time in his life what happens to the Saiyajins at full moon. He now understands for the first time that he was the one who killed his grandfather back then. Nevertheless, he remains calm to continue the fight. With the Sunshade of Techland, Son Goku can then buy time to charge the Genki Dama, but Vegeta makes him a lion through the bill, and everything leads to the fact that Goku will now die. Goku still had one last energy blow, but after that he can't even drill his nose anymore because his energy was completely empty. Gohan then wanted to distract Vegeta so that Krillin could cut off Vegeta's monkey tail, but Vegeta just jumps over the energy discourse. But Yajirobe saves the day again and cuts Vegeta's ass off. Vegeta then moves back, but still finishes Krillin and Goku. And Goku, who is motionless, hopes for Gohan, who is supposed to show the fruits of his training. 11:30. Gohan then fights with Vegeta and Krillin gets the rest of the Genjidama from Goku, but she doesn't hit Vegeta again. But this time Gohan doesn't miss his attack, and since Gohan is of good nature, he doesn't do anything to Vegeta, and he leads her straight to Vegeta. But that's not enough either. Vegeta was still standing and wanted to keep going, even after this attack. Vegeta then destroys the entire environment, and before he can kill Gohan, Jirobe slashes him open again to get enough time to turn Gohan into a werewolf, because his tail has grown back. When you then hear the voices, you can hear how SpongeBob fights Tadius. No shit. This is happening to you right now, you stupid dog. Wait, you fat fart. You're going to hurt me. I'm going to tear you apart into pieces. Gohan doesn't have any control, but his human personality is still there. So he fights Vegeta. He finishes him, and Vegeta uses his capsule to flee. Which also works, because Goku keeps Krillin from killing him. Because Goku really wants to defeat him, and will definitely be stronger next time. Oh yeah, Goku can also talk telepathically here, whatever. Daedric then comes, and Chi-Chi jumps over Goku's half-dead body, and takes Gohan into his arms. Krillin's idea to fly to Namek to use the mechanical Dragon Balls there then leads to the next Argine. Problem is, the whole thing takes 4,000 years according to Bulma's calculations. So, they have to think of something else. The Saiyajin capsule also falls out because she destroyed Bulma, because she pressed the wrong button. But we still have the spaceship of a god that came to Earth 100 years ago, and 10 days later Bulma, Killian and Gohan make their way to Namek, where Goku still has to stay in the hospital and wait for the magic beans. This is where the next episode of the Namek saga begins. So, another part would be done.